Think about selling your current home in today's market? Well, that's fantastic, but don't fall into these 5 traps that leave most move-up buyers frustrated, feeling trapped, and worst of all, living in their in-laws' basement.
Yep, we've seen it all. Offers falling through, 2 mortgages at once, and dream home just slipping through your fingers, but it doesn't have to be like that.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Aalia.
Your go-to real estate experts here in the Kenosha racing area. You can reach us at text or call at 262-331-1621 or at any of the links in the description of this video down below here. We're happy to help you out anytime that we can. We have buyers, sellers, and investors just like you reaching out to us every single week.
Stick around because we're breaking down the 5 biggest move-up buyer mistakes and how you can actually dodge them like a pro.
Like how you actually dodged it there.
I know. Mistake number 1, waiting to sell before you start shopping. And Chad, why is that so important to know?
So that's a big mistake because inventory is so tight right now, especially now in June of 2025. Even though we're starting to see inventory tick up just a slight amount, inventory is still really low. And that house that you've been dreaming of, that house that's perfect for you and your family, it might just slip through your fingers. So you want to start looking for that house even before you sell your current house, just to make sure that that perfect house that's right for you and your family doesn't slip through your fingers.
And we're also seeing, even though the houses are sitting on the market a little longer than the average homes last year, but they are still going off the shelf. 20 days or less they're sitting at, so by the time you are done selling your home, that dream home will not be available.
We've had clients before that wanted to wait to buy their house till after their house sold, and then they came back to us, they're like, you know what, that house was perfect for us that was on the market 2 weeks ago, had the right amount of bedrooms, right amount of bathrooms.
The layout is beautiful.
We wish we'd put an offer on it. Even though our house didn't have an accepted offer on it yet, we could have made it work. The strategy that you and Aalia have put in place for buying and selling at the same time would have worked out perfectly for us. But unfortunately, they just didn't listen to us and they wanted to wait, and that house slipped right through their fingers and they had to keep looking for a different one.
Okay, which leads us to mistake number 2, getting pre-approved before that new purchase. So why getting it pre-approved is so important, Chad?
So you want to make sure that you are qualified for the right house when you start searching for that next house. So when you sell your house, that changes your debt to income ratio. It changes what you can afford. You know, most times when you sell a house, you can upgrade your house to that next pricing tier. You know, you can afford more house than what you're selling for. But every now and then, you know, your financial picture changes, life happens, and you either have to stick in the same price bracket that you sell your house at, or sometimes you even have to go down a little bit, downsize your house. It happens, life happens.
And knowing quite well what you can safely afford is a key thing. If you don't know, we do a lot of videos, so check out our library and we will probably have talked about it.
We'll link something up here in the cards for you guys to check out.
Exactly. Also, when pre-approved, once you get pre-approved, do not go shopping. I know that itch of going and getting brand new furniture to retrofit that dream home is so tempting, but don't buy that new car. Don't buy anything at that point, just groceries in your bills, and that's it until you offer that home, because your debt
until you close on that home.
Until you get closed on that home, their debt to income ratio will kind of change, and we've actually seen it happen. A couple of our clients actually bought furniture and their loan decided to not follow through 10 days before closing. However, that leads me to ask, what kind of brand new furniture would you prefer to furnish your dream home? Drop it down in the comments.
Do you like a brand new sectional, or do you like recliners best in your house? I prefer recliners.
Double ovens is my thing.
Ooh, makes cooking really nice and fast.
Exactly. So if I'm cooking, he can cook as well. So there's no more excuses, Chad. Mistake number 3. So overestimating your current home's value. Why is that a mistake?
So a lot of us, we all do this, even us as realtors, we like to look on Zillow and see what our home is estimated to be valued at. Zillow gives us that Zestimate, Redfin gives us an estimate, Realtor.com gives us an estimate, all those websites gives us an estimate. But you gotta keep in mind that those websites, they're just an estimate. They are very loose estimates. They're usually not right, especially Zillow, because Zillow was in the home buying game not too long ago. So they were notorious for undercutting your estimate or even overshooting your estimate.
Yep.
And then once you're under contract, all of a sudden hitting you with a bunch of things that, oh, your home needs this, this, and this. So we're gonna undercut, knock a bunch of money off the price. So take those estimates with a grain of salt. If you really want to know what your house is worth, talk to us. We'll do what's called a CMA, a comparative market analysis, where we pull what's recently sold in your neighborhood, what's currently active in your neighborhood, and we compare those houses to yours.
And not only that, is we take into account your condition of your home, whether it's a brand spanking new construction, but you did an upgrade to increase that value, but these numbers don't really reflect that. So make sure you do that CMA, make sure you reach out to us, and we can come and take a look at your place and be actually honest to you guys.
So mistake number 4, not having a backup plan if your house happens to sell in that first 24 or 48 hours after hitting the market. Alia, what happens if your house happens to sell really fast and you don't know where you're gonna go? What are you gonna do?
I will have a momentary breakdown, maybe panic, hide in the cupboards and not facing the problem. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Fortunately, when we do our listing appointments, and that I'm just going to lead into our story, because this actually just kind of generates the whole concept of make sure you have a plan. We just went on to a listing appointment, and she goes like, you know what, I want to put my house for sale. I'm going to get rid of everything and be done with it and start over. And like we're thinking to ourselves like, okay, but what's your backup plan? What happens? What is your plans after? And she goes like, she kind of stops and she goes like, actually, I don't know. I just know I want to move to California. Okay, great. But do you have a place to stay? So we actually stopped the listing appointment, and we actually sat her down and we told her, we will love to list your house tomorrow. However, you need to figure out what you're going to do afterwards. We do not feel right feel right
taking the listing and just pushing it on the street and having no place to go. We want to make sure that you're taken care of after your house sells and after we're done with you, so to speak. We want to make sure that you have someplace safe to go, a roof over your head, and someplace
secure.
Someplace your next home to go to.
Exactly, and we will never be that realtor to push that contract in front of you and force you to sign anything. So that leads us to our last mistake. So using 2 different agents for buying and selling. I can only imagine this being a mistake. And why is it a mistake, Chad?
So it's a mistake because buying and selling is a complex process. You have a lot of dates and deadlines that need to add up. They need to line up correctly. When you're selling your house, you have a closing, then typically you want the buying of the house to line up on the same day or the very next day so that you're not homeless for a day or 2. You don't have to live in a hotel for longer than an hour or a day maybe. So you want to make sure that if you are using separate realtors, that they're talking to each other. Now the only caveat to this is if you're moving out of state and you have to use 2 different realtors. And if you are moving out of state and you're using 2 different realtors, make sure that your realtors are talking to each other. Ask them, say, realtor in state 1, are you talking to this realtor in state 2 where I'm moving to? Do they know about the timeline? Do they know that my house just went under contract? Sure, I can tell them, but maybe you don't know all the dates and deadlines. Your realtors should know all the dates and deadlines. Make sure that they know all this stuff. Don't fall through the cracks. Make sure that your realtors are taking good care of you.
So if you're planning to upsize this year, don't go about it alone, okay? So we help families every week, just like you, to navigate the buying and selling of properties and this whole roller coaster of the market. So call or text us at 262-331-1621 or grab your free guide down below. It's linked there so you can go and grab it. Whether you're upgrading to a bigger home, a better school district, or just a better view, we're here to help. So see you around, guys. Till the next one.
Have a great week. See you in the next video.
Biggest moves. Almost there.
Almost got it.
Huh?
Almost got it.
So, I don't know. Live in my trailer.